Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Welcome everyone to Vani Amritvani program. Today, Her Grace Rupavati Radha will be will be giving her transcendental words of wisdom, and Her Grace Achla Bhakti Mataji will be reciting the Namamrit, followed by Prabhupada quote, followed by Prabhupada Leela Amrit. Thereafter, shlokas. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Achla Mataji, please
Yeah.
start.
Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam to all the devotees. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakya Yen Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. His Holiness Bhakti Ashra Vaishnav Swami Maharaj ki jai. His Grace Rupilas Prabhuji ki jai. Shri Goswami Vrind ki jai. Hare Krishna. February 19th, 2026. Shri Namamrit, the nectar of the holy name. Distributing and receiving the holy name as an example of the devotional principle of giving and receiving charity. By chanting the holy names of the Lord, we can actually convert many people throughout the world to Krishna consciousness. Contributing or distributing the holy name of the Lord is a sublime example of contributing or giving charity, the Dadati principle. By the same token, one must also follow the Pratigranati principle and be willing and ready to receive the transcendental gift, the nectar of instruction, text 4. 19 February, Srila Prabhupada quote, if we want to take a particular medicine, then we have to follow the particular direction mentioned on the label of the medicine or as directed by the physician. Similarly, the Bhagavad Gita also should be taken or accepted as it is, directed by the speaker himself. The speaker of Bhagavad Gita is Lord Sri Krishna, New York, February 19th, 1966. Srila Prabhupada Leelamrit. The opening was a pleasant, auspicious event for the people of Jhansi, and hundreds gathered in the evening for Abhay's lecture. Dr. Sharma, a charter member of the League and editor of the Jhansi daily newspaper, had already publicized the event and was planning a write up for the following day. The Gaudiya Patrika also reported on the opening. The editor of the local Theosophical Society, Sri Lakshminarayan Rajapalli, was also present. Although he holds different philosophical opinions from Bhaktivedanta Prabhu, he is very sympathetic with this movement. In the assembly, there were many people worth mentioning. The inauguration and establishing of deities will be done soon. The assembly will request Rajapati Shri K.M. Munshi to perform the inauguration ceremony. Their center has been registered by the Society's Registration Act. Sri Bharati Bhavan is the name of the League's building, in which they have a lecture hall and a temple that resembles a palace. The assembly has many activities at the center, and there are also facilities for members to live there. Shloka recitation Bhagavad Gita 18.29. बुद्धिर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु प्रोच्यमानम् अशेषेण पृथक्तेव पृथक्त्वेन Dhananjaya translation. O winner of wealth, now please listen as I tell you in detail of the different kinds of understanding and determination according to the three modes of material nature. Srimad Bhagavatam. एषं एषं धर्मभृतां श्रेष्ठो लोकं धर्मे अनुवर्तयन् गोप्ता च धर्मसेतूनां शास्ता तत् परिपन्थिनां translation. This king, Maharaj Prithu, is the best amongst those who are following religious principles. As such, he will engage everyone in the pursuit of religious principles and give those principles all protection. He will also be a great chastiser to the irreligious and atheistics. Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya Leela 5.134 नित्यानंद मुखे सुनि गोपाल चरिता तुष्ट हैल महाप्रभु स्वभक्त सहिता. Translation. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard the narration of Gopal's activities. Both he and his personal devotees became very pleased. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी जी की जय, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण भगवान की जय, गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to morning chanting program. Please bless me. In Updesh Amrit, Srila Rupa Goswami explains six loving exchanges that nourish devotional life. Among these, two are the Dati, to give, and Pratigrihnati, to receive. These principles are not limited to material charity. The highest and most sublime application of these principles is found in giving and receiving the holy name of the Lord. By chanting the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, we can actually transform hearts and awaken Krishna consciousness in people all over the world. There is no greater gift than the holy name. Material charity may relieve the body temporarily, but the holy name liberates the soul eternally. Therefore, distributing the holy name through kirtan, japa, speaking, or inspiring others to chant is the highest form of charity. So, this is the true meaning of Dadati in devotional life. When we chant loudly, perform sankirtan, or even soft chant with sincerity, we are distributing mercy. Even if people do not understand the philosophy, the holy name works. It purifies the heart, plants the seed of devotion, and gradually awakens love for God. Srila Prabhupada showed this practically by giving the holy name freely without discrimination, and he changed the course of spiritual history. Now, receiving the holy name is Pratigrihnati. However, Rupa Goswami also emphasizes Pratigrihnati, the willingness to receive. We must not only give the holy name, we must receive it with humility, faith, and attentiveness. Receiving means chanting attentively, hearing sincerely, accepting correction, and being open to transformation. If we are not ready to receive, even the greatest gift may not act fully in our heart. So, balance of giving and receiving is very important. A devotee's life is balanced when we give the holy name by chanting and inspiring others, and we receive the holy name by hearing submissively and chanting carefully. So, this mutual exchange deepens our relationship with Krishna and with devotees. So, we can apply this teaching very simply by chant sincerely every day, encourage family members, friends to chant, participate in kirtan and sangha, remain eager to learn and receive transcendental instruction. Even one holy name chanted or heard can change a life. So Sri Namamrit is the nectar of the holy name, is the greatest wealth we can give and the greatest treasure we can receive. So let us become instrument of this divine charity, following the teaching of Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Prabhupada, and thus spread Krishna consciousness with humility, gratitude, and love. And we can practically see how these principles of Dadati and Pratigirnati are being followed in our own life. Our His Grace Kaushta Krishna Prabhuji is sincerely applying this mood by initiating online get together sessions where devotees come together in a spirit of loving exchange. And in these gatherings, everyone is free to share realization, ask questions, exchange spiritual knowledge rather than engaging in prajalpa or idle talk. So, this creates a very healthy, uplifting atmosphere of Shravanam and Kirtanam centered on Krishna And we are truly blessed to have such a thoughtful guidance where association becomes meaningful, nourishing, and firmly rooted in devotional principles. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada quote. Today, Srila Prabhupada reflect on a very profound yet simple instruction, the medicine analogy. This example is very practical and easy to understand. That when we fall sick and go to a doctor, the doctor prescribe medicine with specific instruction, how much to take, when to take, and how long to take. If we say, I will take my own dose or I will change the method, then the medicine will not work and may even harm us. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita is the medicine for the disease of material existence. But this medicine works only when it is taken exactly as prescribed. Who is the speaker of Bhagavad Gita? Srila Prabhupada clearly emphasized the speaker of Bhagavad Gita is Lord Krishna. So this is the most important. Ki Bhagavad Gita is not spoken by a philosopher, a politician, or a speculative thinker. It is spoken directly by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, we should not twist its meaning. We should not interpret according to our convenience. We should not dilute its message. We must accept Bhagavad Gita as it is. The problem of interpretation that in the modern world, many people read Bhagavad Gita but still remain confused. Why? Because instead of accepting Krishna's word, they try to impose their own ideas, adjust the message to suit material desires, deny Krishna's position. So Srila Prabhupada strongly opposed this tendency. He taught that real knowledge begins with submission. Just as a patient must trust the doctor, a sincere seeker must trust Krishna's instruction. So Bhagavad Gita is practical, not theoretical. Krishna does not speak philosophy for intellectual entertainment. He gives clear practical instruction. Think of me, become my devotee, worship me, surrender unto me. If we follow these instructions sincerely, the result is guaranteed, just like properly taken medicine brings cure. So, as a devotee, we have a responsibility to study Bhagavad Gita faithfully, to teach it without distortion, and to apply it in our own life. So Srila Prabhupada's mission was simple, to present Bhagavad Gita exactly as Krishna spoke it. So that sincerity is the reason Krishna consciousness spread all over the world. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Leela Amrit, describing here the early preaching effort of Srila Prabhupada in Jhansi long before ISKCON was formally established. The opening of the center in Jhansi was pleasant, auspicious even for the local people. 100 gathered in the evening to hear Abhichanade's lecture. So this tells us something very important, that even before Srila Prabhupada went to the West, people were naturally attracted to his purity, clarity, and spiritual conviction. He did not depend on popularity or institution. The power of his preaching came from sincere faith in Krishna and loyalty to the parampara. So the event was not limited to devotees alone. Dr. Sharma, editor of the Jhansi Daily newspaper, publicized the program and planned a report for the next day. The Gaudiya Patrika covered the event. So this shows that Srila Prabhupada's message was not sectarian. It attracted thinkers, editors, leaders because truth naturally command respect. So a very significant point mentioned is the presence of Sri Lakshmi Narayan Rajapali, the editor of the local Theosophical Society. Although he held different philosophical opinion, he was sympathetic to the movement. So this teaches us a vital lesson in preaching, that Srila Prabhupada never compromised philosophy. Yet he maintained respectful and broad-hearted dealing. So true Vaishnava preaching is not about an argument. It is about awakening goodwill toward Krishna consciousness. So assembly discussed the establishment of deities, formal inauguration ceremony, registration act under the Society Registration Act. The building was named Sri Bharati Bhavan, which include a lecture hall temple resembling a place. facilities with devotees to live and practice sadhana. So this shows Srila Prabhupada's extraordinary vision, and he was not thinking of temporary program. He was thinking of institution that would nourish spiritual life for generation. So, preaching with determination despite limitations. So, externally resources were limited, but internally, Srila Prabhupada's determination was unlimited. Even at his early stage, he organized, he inspired, he planned, and he trusted Krishna fully. So, this unwavering faith later carried him alone to America at the age of 69. So, from this, Jhansi people we learn Jhansi episode, we learn that preaching begin with sincerity, not number. Faith in Guru and Krishna attract support naturally, and strong philosophy can coexist with respectful dialogue. So, vision and purity, it leads to lasting impact. So, Srila Prabhupada did not wait for perfect condition. He created condition by his faith and obedience. So let us honor Srila Prabhupada by studying his life, serving his mission, carrying his vision to forward with humility and courage. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhagavad Gita, today text it describes where Lord Krishna begins to explain the nature of intelligence, that is buddhi, and determination, that is dhriti, according to three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. So this verse it finally appears in the last chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna summarizes all spiritual knowledge. After explaining knowledge, action, doer, happiness, Krishna now explains how our intelligence and determination are shaped by the modes. Why is this important? Because our decision and perseverance determine our destiny. Now, what is buddhi? Buddhi means the power to discriminate what is right and wrong, what should be done and what should not be done, what leads to liberation, what leads to bondage. So, intelligence is like a driver of vehicle. If the driver is confused, the journey becomes dangerous. And what is dhriti? Dhriti means steadfastness or perseverance, the power to continue even when things are difficult. So, determination decide whether we stick to spiritual life, whether we give up when obstacles come, whether we continue chanting, serving, and following principle. So, thus, Buddhi decide direction and Dhriti provides strength to continue. So, three modes affect our thinking. So, Lord Krishna says both the intelligence and determination are trividham of three types: mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. We may all think we are intelligent, but Krishna explains that not at all. Intelligence is pure. Krishna tells Arjuna, please listen carefully. I will explain this in detail. Why? Because without understanding the mode, we may take passion for goodness, we may justify ignorance as determination, and we may think stubbornness is spiritual strength. So this analysis helps us examine ourselves honestly. So this verse invites us to ask, is my intelligence guided by Shastra or by desire? Is my determination helping me grow spiritually or binding me materially? Am I acting consciously or mechanically? As devotees, our goal is to cultivate sattvic intelligence and spiritual determination, guided by Guru, sadhus, and shastras. So, pure devotional service is beyond modes, but it begins with sattva. By chanting attentively, association with devotees, hearing regularly, our intelligence becomes purified, determination becomes steady, and Srila Prabhupada explains that Krishna consciousness itself purifies buddhi and dhriti, gradually lifting us beyond material influence. Hare Krishna. So, this was from Srimad Bhagavatam, is spoken by the sages while glorifying Maharaj Prithu, an incarnation empowered by the Supreme Lord to establish Dharma on earth. At that time, society was suffering due to irresponsible leadership, neglect of religious principle, and exploitation of the earth. So, Maharaj Prithu appears as a model king, showing how governance must be rooted in spiritual responsibility. Dharma Bhritam Shrestha, the best upholder of Dharma. So the verse begins by declaring that Maharaj Prithu is the best among those who follow Dharma. So this is very significant. True greatness is not measured by power, wealth, popularity. It is measured by faithfulness to dharma, which ultimately means obedience to the will of Supreme Lord. Engaging everyone in dharma. The verse says, Lokam dharma anuvartanyan. Ki Maharaj Prithu did not practice dharma privately while allowing society to degrade. A true leader inspires others by personal example, creates an environment favorable for righteousness, and show that citizens naturally follow dharmic principle. Leaders in Vedic culture, leadership in Vedic culture is moral and spiritual, not merely administrative. So Gopta cha Dharma Setu Naam, ki Maharaj Prithu protected the Dharma Setu, the bridge that connects society to spiritual life. This means protecting Vedic culture, safeguarding religious institutions, supporting sadhu and brahmanas, ensuring people can progress spiritually. So without protection, dharma gradually disappear. The final line is very powerful. Shashtata Paripanthi Naam, ki Maharaj Prithu was also a strict chastiser of those who oppose dharma. Compassion does not mean tolerance of irreligion. A true ruler is kind to the innocent, protective of the righteous, and firm with disruptive and atheistic. So this balance ensures peace and prosperity. So although we may not be kings, this verse applies to all of us, that each of us is a leader in some capacity, like parent, teacher, administrator, devotee. So from Maharaj Prithu we learn that live by dharma first, inspire others through example, protect spiritual principle, and be firm against degradation. So Srila Prabhupada explained Krishna consciousness is the highest dharma. Devotee must follow the regulative principle, protect devotional practice, discourage sinful life, and guide others towards bhakti. And this verse from Chaitanya Charit Amrit describe how Nityanand Prabhu narrated the divine activities of Gopala, and how simply by hearing this narration Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees became deeply satisfied. So this beautiful scene reveals the essence of devotional service, that hearing about Krishna from the lips of a pure devotee, that Nityanand Mukhe Suni, hearing from the right mouth. The verse specifically says that Mahaprabhu heard from the mouth of Nityanand Prabhu. So this is very important. In Bhakti, the source matter. Krishna Katha heard from a pure devotee, a sincere servant of the Lord, one who speaks without personal motivation, act directly on the heart. The same topic, when heard from a materialistic or offensive source, does not produce the same spiritual effect. The subject of the narration was Gopala Charitra, the activities of the Lord. Pastime of the Lord are not ordinary stories, not imagination, not mythology. They are transcendental reality, full of mercy and spiritual potency. So by hearing these pastimes, the heart becomes purified, faith becomes strong, and love for Krishna awaken. Tushta Hela, everyone became pleased. So this verse says that Mahaprabhu and all his devotee became very pleased. And this teaches us an important principle, that Krishna Katha is pleasing not only to Krishna, it is pleasing to devotees. It creates unity, joy, and spiritual happiness. There is no envy, no competition, no fatigue in hearing about Krishna. Only happiness, bliss, and
Yes,
satisfaction.
yes,
So, from this
yes,
verse, we
right up.
learn hearing is the foundation of bhakti, and the speaker must be devotee, and the subject must be Krishna, and the result is spiritual happiness. And that is why Srila Prabhupada emphasized regular hearing of Bhagavatam, association of devotees, and attentive hearing. So, when Krishna pastimes are spoken by the pure devotees, heard with faith, so both the speaker and listener are uplifted, and the Lord Himself become pleased. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, His Grace Rupa Vilas Prabhu ji ki jai.